Welcome to Fewer Things Better. This is the place for all of us who are big on goals and short on time. Together, we'll explore smart, simple ideas on how to retrain your brain and unlock your life. I'm your host, Kristin Graham. Let's get started. Like a lot of Gen Xers, I'm used to doing all the things, all the time, and by myself. Thank you very much. I was a latchkey kid and an early stage feminist. So I wore self-sufficiency and independence like Girl Scout badges of honor. I was raised on frozen pizza and fierce independence, so I made it a point to never ask for help. Not that much was offered, by the way. And hey, that resilience served me well for a while, until it didn't. The reality is, life doesn't work like that. You can't be a partner, parent, friend, or coworker and carry all the rocks in just your backpack. We all need help. Full stop. And in today's wild world, it seems like burnout and loneliness are trending so much because they've got their own personal publicists. And there still seems to be a stigma about receiving support, which is simply silly. Let's be honest, the only thing you're proving by doing it all is how fast you can burn out. That's one competition I don't want to win. The bottom line on top of this episode is that you get stronger, not weaker, when you seek out and accept help. And you'll find so much more is within reach when you stop standing in your own way. This won't be a one and done lesson. It's an ongoing practice, one that you'll have plenty of chances to revisit in this thing called life, especially when facing changes. I slipped right back into my do-it-all mentality when I became an entrepreneur. I was a single mom of 2 teenagers during the first year of COVID, and I kept trying to juggle all the things. Some part of me still thought, well, if it isn't hard, it isn't worth doing. But doing it all just makes it hard, really hard. And then I heard this quote by finance strategist Dave Ramsey. He said, if you're doing everything yourself, you don't own a business, you own a treadmill. Yes, treadmill on top incline with no water bottle. So today's episode is a practical overview of how to get a little bit of help, not from a person, but from artificial intelligence. Yes, I'm talking about embracing the tech of AI to still do fewer things better, but just a little faster and without as much overthinking all the time. I know there's a lot of noise out there about AI, the ethics, the algorithms, and the are we building our own overlords debates? But let's set that aside for the moment and consider a simpler question. Can there be a shortcut to doing fewer things better? And can that shortcut be AI? Well, let's give it a think and start by addressing the robot in the room. AI isn't about replacing us. It's about amplifying us. Think of it like a sous chef. It's not going to host the dinner party, but it can chop up the veggies, preheat the oven, and remind you that you left the wine in the freezer. It gives you back time, energy, and a little bit more of your brain space. And for those of us who've been doing everything solo since before there was Wi-Fi, that's big. Okay, so where to start? Listen, you don't need fancy plugins to learn extensive tech talk or a bunch of subscriptions. Just pick a platform and start asking it questions. A great place to start is with everyday communications. It's your words, just less overthinking it. So stuck on how to start an email? Ask AI. Do you need a birthday message that's not cheesy? Definitely ask AI. And do you want to say no to something without sounding like a jerk? Yep, ask it. And here's a fun tip. Tell it the tone you want, like this. Write this email casually and friendly, like a podcast host who's had just the right amount of caffeine. Just for instance. My friend Sari takes it a step further. She'll say things like, help me negotiate this, like Chris Voss from his book, Never Split the Difference. I think that's so brilliant. Another great way to use AI is for quick summaries of things. So for this Gen Xer, AI is my modern version of Cliff Notes. Drop in a long article and get the TLDR version. Too long, didn't read, give me the shortcut. Yes, even the ones behind a paywall. You can usually copy and paste the snippet and ask for a recap. Let's be honest, I wasn't going to read the whole article anyway. I was going to skim it while doing 4 other things. You can also upload infographics, slides, or even messy notes and say, summarize this in 3 bullets, or turn this into a short update I can send to my team. Whether it's your own typed notes or screenshots, AI can interpret the visuals too. So it's like an intern without the awkwardness. Another thing you can use it for is when you're curious about something. You can try a quick Q&A approach, like explain cryptocurrency to me like I'm a 5th grader. Or give me a 1-paragraph breakdown of Roth versus traditional IRAs. Or help me understand how compound interest actually works and use it in plain English, please. These are great for money topics, but some of us have only heard some of these terms, but never really read the full manual. It's a way to get smarter faster without having to take all the courses and do all the things. And once you've played around a little, you can start using some level up prompts, which is just a fancy way of saying, give it clearer instructions. So you can do something like, rewrite this paragraph to make it sound more confident, or give me 5 email subject lines that don't sound spammy. Or here's a text I got from a friend. Help me come up with a few responses to say I won't be able to go to her party next weekend. It's also a great companion for brainstorming or doing research that I would click on a whole bunch of links for. Like, what are the best travel deals to New York in October? Or give me 5 ideas on how to speak up in a meeting to share this really cool idea. Or even help me make a monthly budget and ask me questions to see where I might have hidden expenses and potential savings. It won't give you your voice, but it will give you a buffet of starting points. And if you need a help with a decision, try something like, give me the pros and cons of renting versus buying in the next 6 months in these zip codes. Or what are 3 things to consider before changing my LinkedIn profile? You still make the call. AI just helps you think through it faster and maybe with a few fresh ideas. But it's not a magic wand. It's a first draft tool. Always review what it gives you back. It's not your editor, your therapist, or your grandma. You bring the discernment and it brings the speed. So another example I'll share is that my teenage son now uses AI to grade his essays. Grade them, not write them. He'll put it in and ask it to pretend it's his teacher and give feedback on what the grade might be. He is somehow way more open to AI's edits and suggestions than mine. So I guess that's a bonus as well. And just because AI can help doesn't mean you should hand everything off. You still own the ideas, the voice, the choices, and the relationships. Use your judgment, but trust yourself. And one more thing, letting AI help isn't cheating. It's choosing efficiency over exhaustion. We've been conditioned to think that doing it all makes us worthy. But what if doing fewer things better makes us wise? Psychologists call this the help paradox. We feel guilty asking for help even when it would benefit everyone involved. There's often a perceived social cost to even admitting we need support. But here's what's interesting. AI takes the emotional edge off. There's no fear of judgment over your typos. There's no feeling of a favor owed. You get to experiment with asking for help without getting any of the shame spiral on the other side. And by the way, I still find myself saying please and thank you to AI because some habits, I don't want to break them. Hopefully, something in this episode gave you an idea that you might want to try. If nothing else, even a little experimenting with AI might uncover just how much invisible weight you've gotten used to carrying. And if you're still a little wary, just remember this. Sarah Connor didn't trust robots either. But not all tech is the Terminator. AI isn't here to save the world, but it can help you reclaim a few minutes of your world. So go ahead, try a shortcut with a little help from your new tech sidekick. And just in case this all does end in robot world domination, let me just say this now. Praise robots. You heard it here first. Thanks for listening. You can find a lot more like this by following me on LinkedIn or going to unlockthebrain.com and joining the mailing list. And if you found value in this podcast, please take a moment to rate or comment. Thanks so much. And now let's go do fewer things better.